Hey, now we're live, standing here with my friend Burak Yolga. You are founder of Forceget, right, Burak?
Yes, correct.
And Seth, do you remember the first time we contacted Burak?
I do, of course.
That was at Prosper 2022.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
it's been a long road, but we've done some cool stuff together. So what's different this year, Burak?
Accelerate is really different. We met plus $1 billion brands. That was exciting. We go and meet Amazon people. We understand so many new things about like the supply chain, the brandings, the new services of Amazon. It's been a very interesting event, actually.
Okay, so you and I got a chance to talk a little bit yesterday, and Seth, I think I filled you in on this a little bit, but the logistics world for Amazon sellers is changing. Amazon has some solutions, but the way I understand Burak's telling me, they're not exactly ideal for today's Amazon seller.
Yeah. So, Barack, what would you say is like, what's the big shift from the last couple of years until this year in terms of logistics? Like, how has it changed? Where are the opportunities? Where are the risks?
I think, one thing is changing is definitely the word of logistics. It goes into supply chain, right? Especially 2021, 2022. It's been a really great year for Amazon sellers. They used to make amazing revenues, amazing profits. So with this year, we see a lot of keyword demands are going down, maybe because of the inflation. So most of the companies start focusing on more their optimizing their supply chain, optimizing their profits, understanding what is the main cost, how they can save money when it comes to international shipments, fulfillments, last mile delivery. So Amazon understanding the pain points, that's something that I kind of start acknowledge about. Amazon world is changing. Amazon also wants to fix the issues for their sellers. So that's why this in-person event, you can see there are more than 20 to 25 different Amazon's own service people in here, like digital wallets, supply chain, shipping, fulfillment. So I think Amazon understands the pain points of the sellers and the brands finally, and they want to solve it. And we are very happy to be here, part of it, as preferred partner for let's say Amazon Canada. We help brands to go global. So now Amazon is understanding the pain points with the logistics. So now they're bringing new programs such as like supply chain, and now the big hit is about the global expansion. Amazon is highly encouraging the brands to go to Canada, UK, Australia, Japan. They're helping with the brands, even the listing translation with the AI. That's like a huge thing. We go to a lot of events and we talk about like how AI is going to change the industry, how it's going to add value to brands, their businesses, and finally to see that something applicable to the real life, real seller's life. I want to sell Japan, but I don't have Japanese, customer service. Amazon says we will do the customer service on behalf of you. So I think it's huge.
So what is it like, Seth? Oftentimes we're talking to Amazon sellers, and we're so focused on this top line revenue. It's all about sales statistics, but no one's really focusing as much on profit as you want to. When you and I first started working together on Amazon, the first thing Seth asked me, it says, "Okay, I see your sales, but are you profitable?"
Right.
So in your opinion, I mean, how important is it for an Amazon seller in today's world to be focused on the cost of logistics and the cost of stocking out by not having enough just-in-time inventory, not using third-party warehousing and things like that? What advice do you have for sellers out there who are growing and need to be looking at this stuff going forward?
When me and my sister, she's also co-founder, we started Forceget, things were like more manual. Now, 3 years ago, when we started Forceget and when we penetrate to Amazon world, we start talking about digitalization is very important.
Okay.
Digital freight, digital supply chain, digital inventory management is very important, which is directly relevant to your full visibility of your profitability, your landing costs, your transit times, which became more crucial during the COVID and pandemic, which we start seeing manufacturing time. If you're a private label product, you source product from Taiwan, China, India, it went from 30 days to 60 days, your manufacturing time, because your manufacturers were short of the raw material and supply chain. Then international shipping time went from 30 days to 60 days. Then checking times with the fulfillment centers went from 15 days to 30 to 45 days, which we see now almost 60 days for your inventory fully checked in the Amazon. So basically, your cash flow went from 90 days to 180 days. And with the high interest rates, people are having difficulties to borrow money this obviously causing people to start thinking about more, and the brands, where is that extra money that they can save. And with Forceget, we help companies and brands to give full visibility with the supply chain, helping them with the
Amazing.
helping with the profitability, and telling them this is your landing cost. And more importantly, companies can save actually thousands of dollars with the correct HTS codes for the import cost. And if you're globally expanding now to UK, Australia, Japan, maybe one country you're paying 25% duty, another country you're paying 7%. So you should be understanding which marketplace is more profitable versus I'm an 8-figure seller, but if you're losing 2% at the end of the year, no one actually cares that nowadays.
So if I, as a seller, I want to focus more on this, what can Forceget do for me specifically to help make my life easier as a seller and my business more profitable?
The Forceget platform gives you the full visibility. You might have team in overseas. You have virtual assistants all over the world. And when it comes to seeing the profits, the transit times, like getting instant codes, getting the instant booking, getting the understanding the correct routes of your international shipments, seeing which fulfillment centers on Amazon.com or other marketplaces see how fast checks in. A lot of companies, our customers, are talking about, oh, my shipment is delivered to Amazon, but I don't see the inventory is become available. And we are like, did you check how many fulfillment centers actually Amazon put in that shipment? It's almost 40 to 45 warehouses in the North America. Even if you ship your entire full container to Amazon Canada, Amazon splits it more than 40 locations within United States, and it takes up to 60 days your entire shipment checks in, and otherwise your inventory is not becoming available. So people didn't really care about the inventory management, supply chain, and understanding the whole process. I think Amazon Accelerate 2023, when they had the opening ceremony, they mentioned a supply chain all the way from the factory to the end user. This is a great example why people should be paying attention this more and actually start saving some money on that.
So Burak, half of the sellers that we talk to are like, how do we increase our profits? So what's your number one tip right now for increasing profitability as an Amazon seller?
If you're a serious seller, if you're importing your product, you need to start looking into your maybe HTS codes, your import tax. If you want to go global, you need to understand. We had a case, one of our customer, they used to sell doormats. So now the CBP, like the Custom Border Protection, they're very careful about the HS codes. They're very careful about what the product is made of. So some of the products are subject to 25% tariffs. Some of them don't. So if you're importing $100,000 product worth, you might pay $0 on the tariffs and duties. Some products you can pay $25,000. It's a huge. If you're importing 10,000 units, it makes almost 2.5. It makes $2.5 per product landing cost. Imagine what that can bring you in the competition if you have almost a doormat sells for $25. So it gives you almost $10 on the gross revenue. It gives you $2.5, 10% of the gross revenue saving. If you look at the net, it maybe costs you more than 30 to 35% of your net profit. So these kind of small details people should start looking into, and they should talk to the experts instead of going and ship their product with their suppliers.
Well, I think it's amazing how many sellers out there who are importing from overseas are just taking the supplier or the shipper's word for it, of the codes. And I've been victim of that myself. I was selling bedding back in 2008, and we were paying a 10% tax on our bed sheets while our competitors were paying no tax. And after I dug into that, I recognized that it cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars just being ignorant of which code to bring that in. So don't take the supplier's word for it. Actually do some due diligence like you should as an importer, because at the end of the day, as a seller, as a reseller, it's my responsibility as a consignee what this gets cleared under, right? So if there's a problem, I have to pay. So before we run out of time on this broadcast, Burak, tell folks out there how to get in touch with Forceget and what kind of offer you have for them for Accelerate 2023.
Guys, first of all, we offer a free HTS code audit. So if you want to contact us, you can contact us at sales@forceget.com. And we are happy to help sellers because we want to add value to the community. I know that so many people are suffering with the delays, wrong information. There are so many freight forwarders that maybe they tell the information, but you're not 100% sure, you can always contact us. We offer 15 to 30 minutes free consultancy for the international shipments and fulfillments. And definitely for the fourth quarter, be very careful with the FBA fees. It's going to triple almost. And you definitely should be looking at an alternative 3PL. Keep the storage not far from the FBA centers. And every time you have to send in new inventory, you should do it on time. Don't never run out of inventory, but also don't exceed the inventory.
So the biggest mistake that sellers are making that could easily be avoided in 1 minute or less, what is that? We'll wrap this up.
Let's look at your HTS codes. Let's look at your optimize. Talk to us about your shipping terms. Don't pay your freight forwarder in advance. If you work with Forceget, we give you a allocation up to 45 days after your shipments are delivered. So talk to a partner and definitely focus on global expansion. And if you guys want to find out how you can do that, we help with free NRI registration to Canada, free EORI registration for the UK. If you guys feeling you lost some revenue, definitely start looking at other marketplaces to expand where you can be more profitable.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Burak. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Man.
Thank
Good
you.
to see
Thank
you out
you.
here.